Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to give our full review of Pecos Bill's Tall Tale Inn and Cafe. Thanks for joining us. Thank you to those that are subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate it. Thanks for those that are liking our videos, leaving cool comments. We always try to make sure that we're commenting back. I want to also point out that this Wednesday, so probably tonight at 8 o'clock, if you click on Mermaid Nina Travels channel, we'll be doing a really cool kind of debate. We're looking for the best villain for Halloween, like family films. So that includes both Disney, so like Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, things like that, but also some classic Halloween things like Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, stuff like that. So it should be really fun. The last ones that we've been doing week after week have been just like super fun. Last week I brought up that the greatest live action Disney villain I thought was Coach Bombay from the Mighty Ducks. And it was really funny. So if you go back and watch that one on Mermaid Nina Travels channel, it was really good, really funny. So definitely check that out. When we do our food reviews, we don't really talk too much about it ahead of time, but we have a 5 category system. We go theme, perks, value, food, would we go back, and then a 1 through 5 scale. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. So we'll get right into it. We've eaten here quite a bit. I think every time we've gone, actually.
Yeah.
This most recent time was during COVID, so we have a couple of different things to say about that, but we'll kind of give a broad review of both what we ate here and just some other things we've eaten before and something like that. So let's start off with theme. All right, we go 3, 2, 1. Oh, very cool. Okay. All right. So why did you go with a 4?
I went with the 4 because it gives a pretty good Western theme. Like there's lots of wood, barrels.
Barrels, right? I think so.
And there's like a little place outside that you could sit.
Right.
And it's kind of like, I feel very like Western-y. Yes.
Right.
Yes. It has a good sense of that feeling.
Right. I think right when you come out of Country Bears, you go into the restaurant, which I think is really cool. And there's like the front porch, like all the buildings there in Frontierland have it. And that's really cool. So it just fits the theme with the rest of that area. So I like the outside looks really cool, but inside is really nice too. Like you said, lots of wood. I think like the ceiling looks nice. I think that there might be some lighting fixtures or whatnot that really fit the theme. And then the cast members are all wearing the themed clothing of like what they would be wearing in Frontierland. So I think as far as theme goes, it's pretty good, especially compared to like some others. And it's definitely not like a Be Our Guest lunch where it's like really, really nice and super themed like that. And I think it's more Frontier themed than it is Pecos Bill themed. I think Pecos Bill might be such a kind of a niche character within Disney, because I think they had 2 things. They did the live action, and then I think that there was like the old-timey cartoon also. And there's a pretty small with like Johnny Appleseed, stuff like that. So because he has such a small footprint in Disney, that might be why they didn't really gear too much towards Pecos Bill. But the restaurant itself, theme-wise, really fits the Frontierland theme pretty well. So I definitely go with the 4.
Yeah.
All right, next up is perks. So with perks. I think I'll go with it. All right, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. You went with the 2? I know why you went with the 2. Do you know why I went with a 5?
Yes, I know why I went with the 5.
Go ahead. Why did you go with the 2?
I went with the 2 because normally I would say that the perk would be the Fixins bar.
Which would be a 5.
Yes, but because of COVID, they did not have the Fix-It bars.
Which would be a 2.
Yeah,
right.
This time around, so.
All right, so again, I was looking at it more as like a broad general how we did every time we've eaten there. This was the only time that they really didn't have the Fixins bar open. They might not have had it open when we went for not Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, also because I went right when it was closing. And I think they'd already started to clean it up. But normally they would have it open. So hopefully COVID, you know, gets out of here and they open that Fixins bar back up. Because that Fixins bar is what's incredible. They have like corn, they have salsa, they have possibly guacamole on it, I can't remember. It's lettuce, cheese, extra cheese, like just a lot of really good fixins for on top of your food. I love that. Okay, so it's really good. I think that you can ask for those fixins when you order, so you still get them, but you don't get to go and pile on your stuff. And not that we always plug other channels, but we watched, was it The Diz Unplugged? And who did that? Was it Rhino that did the review? And he had a whole second place of just fixins, and it was the funniest thing. That's one reason I think why we started a YouTube channel, was because of like that video, like them having just so much fun doing those reviews and stuff like that. So like I have a soft spot for that anyway, because it was just so funny. So definitely would give it a 5. So hopefully that comes back, and if not, just ask for those extra fixins and they'll still give them to you anyway, which is good. Now they don't have like free refills on drinks or anything like that, but as far as those fixins, as long as you can get those there, that's a pretty big perk. They don't have it right now, like the actual bar for it. It's kind of a bummer. So we looked at it, it's like a little too different. You said when we just went, if it was just that, it would probably be like a 2 for me. If we said the whole thing and we were talking Fixins bar, I'd probably go with a 5, because that's the best Fixins bar in the park, I think. So what's the other restaurant that has one? It's in Tomorrowland.
It's the Sunny Eclipse.
Yeah. They have a Fixins bar, but it doesn't really hold a candle to Pecos Bills. So, all right. So we'll go. Do you want to go with value? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So values are next. All right. 3, 2, 1. I just reused my 5. Okay. Well, why do you go with a 4?
I went with a 4 because the food that we got was $11.99, and it was a good amount of food for that price.
Very good. I went with a 5. If you're on, again, this is pre-COVID, if you're on the dining plan, $11.99 is not a lot to pay with the dining plan. You're not getting your money's worth. You want to get the most expensive thing on the menu. If you're paying out of pocket, $11.99 is perfect because you get a massive amount of food for that $11.99. Now, I also went with the value of a 5 because the time, I think it was 2 times ago that we went. So not the Mickey's Not So Scary that we did last year, but the time before, we got the fajita platter. We split it. There was enough food with the fixins, like on top, that we were able to split it, and my niece ate some, right? So there was plenty of food to go around for the price you paid for that. So I think the amount of food that you get for the price you're paying is great. So the value there is really high, especially if that Fixins bar's open, because you're definitely making out like a bandit, almost getting a whole second plate like Rhino did on that Fixins bar. Now, if you're just not using it for a whole second plate, you're still able to get quite a bit of extra stuff. So that's really nice. I like that. Black beans also, I think those are on it. So that's good. And that's I was never a bean eater. And Disney kind of changed that for me, because now we get it when we make like food at home, so that's cool. So yeah, I went with a 5 for it, but I think 4 is pretty good too. All right, we'll go with food. How is the food? Go 3, 2, 1. All right, why do you go with a 5?
I went with a 5 because every time that we have eaten there, we've tried different things each time, and I haven't really had a complaint. This time we got I got a chicken rice bowl.
Right, and I got the pork, carnitas rice bowl.
And in those, it's yellow rice. Mine came with chicken, black beans, lettuce, tomato, sour cream, and salsa.
Right, and mine came with the same stuff except pork. and I got no veggies on it at all.
Yeah.
No veggies on it at all.
And yeah, like the chicken was really flavorful and kind of juicy, and the rice and the beans and everything just tastes really good. And I think I almost ate like the entire bowl myself. And
Right.
normally, like with like a Disney meal, because of the sizes, I don't normally eat the entire thing, but this time I did because it was just so good.
Right. And so I got the pork rice bowl with no veggies at all. It was excellent, very, very good. The only thing that I dinged it for by giving it a 4 is, again, I don't get veggies on it. I do not like the veggies. The time before, so Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I think it was like Diablo nachos or something like that I got. And we got it right before closing, so they loaded me up on meat. And when I got back to where we were eating it, I turned my flashlight on and it was just like riddled with onions. And I hate onions. And I know it's Tex-Mex and they're gonna be there, but I ended up not eating it because I was like, those onions like did it for me. Nothing else has it. The fajitas that we got have veggies in it, but they're really big cut, and you were just able to just pull those to the side. I could skip them. This was just, it's not small enough that I couldn't see it, which would be good, and not big enough that I could take it out, which would have been good. It's small enough that it was in there and there was nothing I could do, so it's done. So that's why I didn't do it. It's my fault. It's not their fault. It's not Disney's fault. It's my fault. I'm a picky eater. But if you have picky eaters that don't like onions, don't get those nachos. They're a lot of onions. But I will say, the food's so good there that we've gone every time we've gone to the park. So when we are planning our meals, we usually say, oh, we'll eat somewhere else this time, or we'll eat somewhere else this time. We always go, and we're going back there because the food's so good. I would venture, say you can agree with me or disagree with me, that it is probably the best quick service restaurant in Magic Kingdom.
I would agree.
Yeah. I think the only one that might give it a run for its money would have been the Be Our Guest, but they switched their lunch menu. Right, lunch Be Our Guest. But I kind of like the food better here than I liked that. The French dip was good, but it was kind of tough, and you didn't like your salad.
Yeah.
So, Be Our Guest, or Pecos Bills is kind of our go-to. We do go there a lot. We try different things, which is we say a lot about other places that when we say would we go back, we'd say, oh, maybe we'd go back and try different things. We actually do go back here and try different things like pretty much every time.
Yeah.
I think the first time we went there, I had a 1/3 pound burger with taco meat on top. They don't have that anymore with the side of nachos. That was really good. I'd like for that to come back. I thought it was like excellent. It was really good. So that was food. So we'll go with would we go back? So
you might not even have to
right.
write this on.
We go 3, 2, 1. All right. Ooh, it's upside down like a 2. No, it's a 5. But we'll go back every time. I think the food's just so good. The prices are so good. It's especially if you're spending a couple of days in Magic Kingdom, you'll get sick of eating
fries.
Yeah, fries. You don't have to worry there. The food's excellent. I do highly recommend those bowls, which was the first time we got them here. They were excellent. Very, very good. I like those a lot. So, all right. Anything else to say about Pecos Bills?
There's a lot of seating, I feel like.
There was a lot of seating. The one thing that I did want to talk about, and this kind of goes a little bit different than the restaurant itself. It goes more with what they were doing at the time. Again, they had just opened back up because of COVID. So we went in, I think we ordered there instead of mobile order.
Yeah, and we didn't do a dining plan.
Right, because we were staying, and they cut dining plans anyway at that point. But we went in, we ordered our food, they asked if we had mobile order, we said no, and then they asked us questions about why we didn't mobile order. And the reason I think that we were paying separate, because we each had separate gift cards. And this is where we ended up running into a problem later on down the road when restaurants all ended up starting to switch to you only could mobile order. And we were like, I don't even know what we're supposed to do because we have all these gift cards we wanted to try to use. Like, we would have had to individually load gift cards into each thing. We were sharing the app.
Yeah.
So my gift cards would have went on hers would have gone on mine, and it was like ended up being a big mess. We did a mobile order at Pandora, Stuli Canteen. It wouldn't go through. I had to cancel it, get back in, and finally got to reorder it, but it wouldn't accept the payment. So I went in and asked them about it, and they said, it looks like you already have 2 orders. And I showed them that it was saying that the payment wasn't coming through. They were having to cancel things. I had to wait for payment to go back on the card. So that mobile order, I like when it's working and we want to use it, and I absolutely hate it when we don't want to use it. And this time, we did not want to use it. It's great when you're on the dining plan because it's already paid for. If you haven't prepaid for your stuff, it was, for this trip, kind of a nightmare. We were trying to decide if we wanted to eat at, we wanted to eat in Hollywood Studios. Mobile order was the only thing available at Backlot Express. By the time we decided to eat at Backlot Express, the restaurant closed. And it was like 5 o'clock, and the park wasn't even closed like any time near that. So I was like, I have no idea why they're doing these things. And it was COVID, so we were kind of rolling with it and just picked other places to eat and whatnot. But it was still like, I didn't want to have to deal with those kind of things. So hopefully again, when all this is said and done and open it back up, we're able to just, pay with cash, pay with card, pay with gift card, because we just use a lot of gift cards and stuff. So
if there was a way to put multiple gift cards on where you can select which ones you wanted to use, then we would have been able to use the
but everything
the mobile fine.
And everything changes, like, because we were able to pay fine there, but the very next day we were not able to pay you the same way. Like things were changing, and that again, we were rolling with it. We were very patient. We were doing fine, but now that we're back and we can actually talk about it, that there were things about those changes that were a little more frustrating. But again, we rolled with it. I had a great time. It was a really good trip. So Pecos Bills, thank you for helping make it a great trip, because the food was excellent. Magic Kingdom, love it. So that is our review. Both of us would go back. So hopefully on our next trip, which I believe is going to be this upcoming summer, we are going to possibly eat there again, because it was pretty good. So thank you for watching. Again, check out Mermaid Nina Travel's channel on Wednesday night, so tonight at 8 p.m. for our Halloween Villains Showdown. I'll be a part of that. It's going to be really fun. Thank you to those that are subscribing, taking the bell for notifications, liking our videos, sharing our videos with the Disney fans in your life, and commenting. We'll make sure we always comment back. Check out some of our other videos if you want some tips, tricks for planning your Disney trips, or reviews of restaurants or unboxing of other fun things. So I really appreciate you checking us out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.